I am keeping it very simple and practical today, and I am making cauliflower broccoli rice. My name is Wick Nixon from Wellbeing, and I'm all about healthy eating made easy. And I absolutely love cauliflower and broccoli rice. Well, you can either do it cauliflower, or you can do it broccoli, or you can do it combined. There are so many different options. And what I want to share with you today is all the different flavors that you can add to it to just really mix and match it to the different cuisine that you might be cooking. It's going to be interesting. I hope that you're doing okay. It's going to be interesting to see what, I think there's an announcement at 1 o'clock around schooling. So it'll be interesting to see what decisions they're making about our younger kids going back to school. So if you are not already on my newsletter list and you want this recipe to be emailed out in my newsletter tomorrow night, then head to wickedwellbeing.com/new. And then you can register your details, and then you'll make sure that you get the email tomorrow night. I would love to know, if you're watching me, do you make cauliflower rice or cauliflower and broccoli rice, or is it something that you've been meaning to try and you haven't quite got around to it? The reason why I love it is because it's a really great way to really up your veggie intake. I try and avoid carbs at night. Sometimes I have kumara, sometimes I have low carb noodles, and it's not because I'm following any strict eating regime like paleo or anything like that. I know that there's definitely a place for every different way of eating, but for me, I don't feel that my body needs to be, it's beneficial for my body to be trying to digest the heavy carbs at night. So that's why I eliminate them. And it gives me another way to really up my veggie intake. So that's what my motivation behind it is. So what you can do it with a food processor, which I'm about to show you, or if you haven't got a food processor, you can use your grater or finely chop it up with a knife. If you're tuning in, please tell me, do you make cauliflower rice or cauliflower and broccoli rice, or is this something that you've been meaning to try, heard about, and haven't actually made it before? So I have got my broccoli already cut up into small florets. The same with my cauliflower. And then all I'm going to do into this part here is add some cloves of garlic. And it is honestly so easy. Now you want to, I've got a double blade in here, so it fines up really quickly. You want to make sure that I'm just looking for a spoon in my many utensils here. You want to make sure it's like the texture grain of rice. So not too fine. I don't know if you can see that. Not too fine. And that, honestly, that is it. Now, I'm not going to cook it, but I'm going to talk you through how to cook it, because I'm going to cook this tonight for dinner. So you can have this raw, like I'm going to have some of this raw for lunch, and it makes, if you've heard of tabbouleh, which is made with couscous or bulgur wheat, that's what it is, but that's got gluten in it. So often gluten-free people will make tabbouleh with cauliflower rice or broccoli rice, or it makes a really yummy salad just to add different things in. Now to cook it, you're going to heat some butter or some coconut oil in the bottom of a pan. Now don't forget, it's coming out, and the recipe is coming out in my newsletter tomorrow night. If you're not already on it, head to wickedwellbeing.com/new and sign up, and you'll get it tomorrow night. I'll post the link below after the video. Heat a little bit of coconut oil or butter in your pan, and then you put your coconut rice in and you cook it for around 2 to 3 minutes. You can add a bit of water. I don't, because that helps with the steaming process. I just like it with a little bit of butter or coconut oil. And then if you want to flavor it, there are so many different ways you can do it. You can do coconut. You've heard of coconut rice. You can do coconut cauliflower rice. So just when it's in the pot, just before you are serving it, make sure you don't overcook it. You want it to have a nice little bit of a bite and texture, so it's not mushy. You can add a little bit of coconut cream or milk into the pan. So add some salt and pepper as well. The details are all on the recipe. You can, if you want a cheesy flavour, I love a cheesy flavour, and I use nutritional yeast flakes. These are a dairy-free alternative to Parmesan cheese. If you're not dairy-free, I'm not, I just love nutritional yeast flakes. You know, just put a couple of teaspoons in, or a couple of tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, finely grated. You can do a lemon flavour. So just finely grate some lemon rind and throw that in. Or you can do an Indian flavour. I mean, there are so many different ways, but you know, these are just a few. I often will throw in some turmeric, and if I'm serving it with a curry or, you know, an Indian meal, just make sure you do add some black pepper, because the curcumin in the turmeric is absorbed more into the body if you've got black pepper in with whatever you're putting your turmeric in. Or you could use fresh turmeric, or you know, lemon and garlic. This, as I say, there's loads and loads of different ways. Now, if you don't want to go, sometimes I go, I'd love to have cauliflower rice, but I can't be bothered, you know, getting my food processor out and grinding it up. So if that's the case, then you can do this. You can freeze it at this stage, and you might want to freeze it in like serving for 4 or 5 people, or you might want to do it in individual portions into bags, or you might have a tray and line it with baking paper and do it in clumps, and then, you know, freeze that, and then you put those into bags. So there's lots of different ways that you can freeze it. You could not, I was going to say in ice cubes, that'd be too small. You can also freeze it at the cooked stage. So preferably more at this, you know, at the uncooked stage. And if you think about doing it in a big clump and then you're trying to get like a small portion out, that's hard to do. So I definitely just freeze it in whatever portion sizes that you want to use it. So that is it. I would love to know, are you a cauliflower or broccoli fan? Have you been meaning to try it, or is it on your menu? And don't forget, if you would like to receive this recipe with all the details, then it's coming out in my newsletter tomorrow night. If you're not already on that, head to wickedwellbeing.com/new and register your details, and then you'll be emailed it out tomorrow night. I'll post the link below. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. If there are any videos that you want me to do, then please just message me or comment below. I'm really open to ideas on what you'd like to see. Okay, take care. Bye.